Hi, I'm Liz. I'm the other half of our Overland Life, and this is my Tacoma. It is a 2013 Toyota Tacoma single cab manual transmission 4x4, and we're gonna do a little rig walk around. So let's check it out. All right, so we got a lot going on here. Let's start with the front. This is a CBI steel front bumper. I love the way it looks. It's fantastic. And it fits a 30-inch light bar in here just perfect. So a little bit of a finagling and adjustments that we made to get it in there, but fits nicely. This is a rigid SR series with a blue backlight on it. That was a recent upgrade. In here, the bumper fits nicely a Warn 8000 winch. So this truck is very basic 4x4. It has nothing basically other than 4x4. So it's open diffs. I don't have any A-track. I don't have any lockers. I don't have anything. It's super fun because it's so lightweight, short wheelbase. Like it's definitely gets through stuff. Haven't had a lot of issues. Would love a locker someday, but at this point we have the winch, and this is kind of a nice peace of mind. It's gotten us out of a few situations, and again, not having all of the other stuff, it comes down to the driver, and then also every once in a while needing your winch. So we've got that on the front. We've got a factor 55, which is great. Over here, I've got in the little torpedo tubes, I've got the rigid DOT daytime approved amber driving light. So I use these all the time. Absolutely love them. Great light. Probably actually one of my favorite things about the truck. If I couldn't have any other lights, I'd probably just put these on. Front grille here. I get asked a lot if this is a wrap, and the answer is no. I hand painted the grille. It was I did that within the first week. One of the first things I did, I pulled it off. I did that on all of my Jeeps as well. So when I got the Tacoma, I just felt like it was something I wanted to do. So this is a one-of-a-kind paint job. All right, let's talk about the fun stuff. Okay, so suspension up in here. I know, so pretty. So I'm running Total Chaos upper control arms, and I have paired those with the Elka DC 2.5 fully adjustable shock and spring suspension that is on the front and the rear of the vehicle. So running that front and rear. These are fantastic. So again, like I said, fully adjustable. So if you get on and you're doing off-road situations, you can soften them up. Rocky situations, then you get on the highway, you tighten it up again. The ride has been super comfortable. I've run a couple of other suspensions on this truck, and with the short wheelbase, this really has been my favorite. I can't imagine not having it on here, and it makes getting to camp, you're much happier. So another thing we added to it was the DuraBump active bump stops. So we have those front and rear as well. So when you do jig out this vehicle, which does happen, it's way better, much more comfortable. You could definitely feel it pretty rough before. So I absolutely love this combo. This is probably one of my favorite things on the truck. Toyo Open Country MTs. These are 255/85 R16s, so they are narrower, a little taller, narrower tire than I was running before. I like the look of it. And then over here, I'm running the just basic steely wheels, so it's kind of, you know, it's been a great wheel. I've definitely, you know, it's just basic, looks great, kind of has that retro feel to it. So okay, and for you regular cab Tacoma owners out there, the sliders on here, so the wheelbase is pretty much the same as the Jeep JKU. We measured it, and so these are Jeep JKU sliders that we got from a company in Arizona and had them welded on. So, because otherwise there's not a lot of sliders for the single cabs. All right, let's talk about my sleeping situation, what I have going on back here. I decided to put a hard shell on it. We travel a lot, we deal with a lot of weather, so I prefer having the hard shell and the open side hatch windows. This is one of my favorite features, cannot live without this. So in here, this is where I sleep, and you can sleep 2 people and 3 dogs. We have done it, but it's definitely a little cozy. So we have built a platform, and you can still have access to the platform. So we have these opening side hatches. We have a nice like 5-inch thick cushions. And then my bedding, we've got little twinkly lights. I made some curtains. It's very comfortable, very cozy. I've slept in the teens and a snowstorm in here and been perfectly happy. I do also have a electric little heated blanket because we have a secondary battery back here and a C-Tech, so, and some solar. So if I'm stationary, I can take my little solar jacket here and I toss it on top of my hood. I have a secondary battery. I have the C-Tech system down here, as well as extra ports so I can charge my iPhone or anything like that. So this has been absolutely such a game changer adding this to the truck. So that is my platform. I can also access the other side from the other side. So this, we get to camp late, or again, I do trips solo and I get somewhere in late and I like to be able to just hop in, have my bed ready. And this has been a great solution for me. So now on the roof, to kind of mitigate some of my storage issues because it's smaller, I am running a Prinsu rack, which has been awesome. And then on top of that, I have the Roam case. So this, I keep all of my recovery gear in here because I used to keep it inside and you get into a situation and you're trying to dig in there. And this is just so much easier when you're like, oh my God, we need our snatch block, we have to use our winch, maybe we need Hurricane Step 22, whatever. Get towed out. So you just pop up here and start grabbing your stuff. It's been absolutely great. And then it frees up a bunch of space inside. So, all right, let's check out the inside of this baby. Welcome. This is my space. This is my bench seat. Yeah, so she's pretty basic. We got the bench seat. I find it really comfortable and it's got that old school feel of like kind of farm truck thing. It did come with Bluetooth and a few things, but pretty basic. I've got a few light switches here. So we've got our front ambers, run those all the time, front bar, and then rear lights. So it's nice having these three here because I can just kind of get to them really quickly. Obviously charging port down here for iPhone, RAM mount, because you got to have your RAM mount to put your phone in. So I kind of run that all over there. And then over here, we've got our Garmin Tread. So this, let me go back real quick. So this is a navigation unit. It allows me to track where I'm going and drop breadcrumbs and find campsites and all sorts of stuff. So you got maps. It's great. Obviously it works when your phone doesn't. And then I also works as my power switch. So under the hood, I have a Bluetooth unit that communicates with this. And so I've got my roof lights, my ditch lights, my back lights, my rock lights. So this has been great, but these are kind of like all of my secondary lights. I still like having the switches for kind of my primaries because you might be running the maps. So I would notice this recently. I'm running the maps, I'm running around at night, and then somebody's oncoming real quick. I want to turn off my, my main lights because I'm going down a super dark road. So nice being able to have these here, but this has been a cool unit. It also has this like trail ride feature where you can communicate with anyone else who has the unit. So Brett's running one as well in the van and we can communicate via radio. It also shows this group ride. It'll show you where all of your friends are that have the units and are running them. So we're all running trails together. All of a sudden we're like, hey, you go down that trail, like check it out, tell us if there's camp. You can see where they've gone, so you're still able to keep an eye on your buddies. So pretty cool feature, definitely liking it. It's nice to have a full-time nav going. So there's that. Otherwise, yeah, pretty basic. Got your, manual transmission over here. Extra pedal down by the floor. So yeah, let's check out my rear seat delete, as I like to call it. So back here, I added basically kind of like a truck bed mesh. so that the entire back space I'm able to use, organize. I've got my tool bag, Step 22 Pangolin, hanging down here. I can get all my tools really quickly. I've got all my air up tools in the middle, my aired up, air down. I've got extra paper maps back here. Never know you're gonna need those. My axe, rain gear, jackets, any warm gear that I'm kind of like I might need. So that's all organized, hammock. And then you'll also notice on the side over here, because it's a single cab and there's only so much space, and this is where we have installed and run our Minlin GMRS radios. So we tried to put it kind of in the middle area, but this just seemed like it fit better, and I'm able to grab the radio real quick. So all the radios. Where are you at? You find camp yet? Again, it gets hot, you gotta have an awning. So we've got a high-vis overland awning on here. I can actually open this and close it by myself, which is I've been impressed by. We had an ARB before on our truck and I struggled with that one, but the way all his arms and everything come out, I can actually do it on my own, so that's a bonus. I'm sure there's lots of people who can open their awnings on their own, but this one works for me. All right, let's check out where I cook and what I have going on back here. So I have a steel bumper. It is not high clearance, it's just a standard bumper. It does have room for some trail lights in it, shackles, that kind of thing. I didn't feel like I needed a high clearance with my wheelbase. I wasn't tending to hit the back end on anything, so I didn't go that route. But I did decide to put on the rigged tire gate that goes into your trailer hitch pull down there. Fancy terminology. So I'm able to carry a full-size spare underneath, but it kind of rubs on stuff. So this is an easier solution. And so I like having the tire back here. This also allows me to carry my Rotopacks and my 4 gallons of extra fuel. They have other options like tables and different things. So it is cool that you kind of fit it the way that you want to have it and what works best for you. So this works for me. Not my fuel, because fuel was kind of a weird solution. Otherwise, I kind of had to carry it on the roof, and I don't really want to be having to burp it and like have it or like be taking it on and off the roof. And so I like this. Back here, I am running the Last US Bag Company's storage bag, trash bag. You can kind of put whatever you want, you know, however you want to put in it. It has lots of side pouches, so I've got Maisie's ball in here at the moment because you don't want those back in the car after they've been playing in the lake with those. So you can put trash bags or extra gear. You've got extra storage here. Like it's a great bag. We've put chairs inside of it. We've put trash inside of it. We've stored go treads in it. We've stored all sorts of things in it. So this is definitely love that. That's fantastic. It holds up really well. So now for that truck bed life. So before that, let's talk about the lights and the rack up here real quick. So again, Prinsu rack is what I'm running up here. I have 2 rigid trail lights on the back. So these are amber and they blink when we're running trails for the dust. They also have a bunch of other features that I still need to wire in for. So like brake lights and different like rear brake or backup lights, different things like that. So I still need to do that, but for now they're trail lights and I'm definitely liking them. Good ambers. I also have the Garmin backup camera up here. So this is Bluetooth and this ties in with my Garmin unit that I'm running in the cab. So I'm able to switch and see this as a backup camera, and the field of view is fantastic. Like no backup camera has ever been like what I've needed. And this right here, I can be in one of those little side slot, like parking where you're trying to back out and like people are oncoming. You can see everybody oncoming. This is amazing. So they've made the camera I have always been looking for. All right, now to truck bed life. All right, so this is where I sleep and I live. So I have the Relentless Fabrication steel tailgate cover. This is really nice, great surface, hard. It does get hot in the sun, so that's something that it's like I'll tend to put a blanket out or something if it's going to be sitting out and be in the sun and stuff, but this is nice to have as a work surface and stuff. So I have my platform in here, comes all the way to the back. Obviously there's side cutouts for other things, and we built a center drawer, and this is just man-powered. There's no wheels or rollies or anything like this. So welcome to my kitchen, this portion of our cribs. So I have a gas one single burner stove, runs off either the little green cans or the little butane fuel. I love this stove. It's screwed down to kind of a built-in platform we have here where I've got extra, my pots and pans and stuff are underneath. I've got my kettle. So everything kind of has a place. I've got my dry goods and seasonings and things behind. I'm able to take my cutting board out. I've got all my kitchen stuff in here. But what I love is that I can get to camp and I can pull this drawer out. My stove is ready, pop my fuel down, and I can just start cooking. So that is something that drives me crazy, that we get into camp late or we're super busy and I have to set everything up. So this has been exactly the way that I wanted it to be. Just pull in, make food. So no setup necessary, just go. So in the back here, I have extra storage. It's not exactly how I keep it normally, but I do always keep the Step 22 Stingray back here full of all my extra dry goods. I have my 2 camp chairs, and then normally I've got my dog food bin and all my dog stuff in here. So that's kind of, everything fits just as needed. Currently I have a library of hot spring books and trail guides. So you never know what you're gonna find in here. So much it stores. And system, I am running a Dometic 35 refrigerator, which is attached to the secondary battery that I talked about earlier underneath my sleeping platform. So this has been great. It's a good size for me and for my truck. It's a little bit small when you're traveling for 2 people, but that's a, different preference for different people. But for me, this has been a good size, and it doesn't cut too much into my sleeping platform as well, which is nice. So if it's just me, I can sleep kind of the whole thing. I've got all the cushions. If Brett and I sleep in here, then I can still, it's at the right height, so I can still put my feet on top of the fridge and we can both fit. So we kind of planned that out. Just lay all my bedding. So on this side over here is my water storage solution, and I am running a Lifesaver 5-gallon jerry can. So you manually pump it up, it's full. And then I've opted to have the little like hose off of it. You can also not, but this has been one of my favorite things that we kind of upgraded to. We used to run the Front Runner 5 gallons, which were great, but this filters all the water. So we've been able to get water from lakes, rivers, questionable RV parks, like middle of nowhere. You're pulling into some town and you have no idea like when did they last test their water, what's in it, how, like, so this gives us the peace of mind that we're putting water in and we're filtering it and we're good. So it's for basically, you can filter mud water if you want to, which we know somebody who has. But we have not done mud water yet. So I love that. And I love running it. I also have, if Brett and I are traveling separately, then I have a single like backpacking one. And so I'll run that as well. Or instead of. So yeah, so that's kind of what I have going on back here. It's small. It's not for everybody, which I definitely get. You can't sit up in it, but it's works for me. It's cozy. It's quick for me to travel and just get somewhere and be able to like open up, go to sleep, cook, whatever I need to do. I love it. So thanks for checking out my rig, and see you on the trails.